Did Indonesia have the best year ever in football esports? 2024 was a historic year for Indonesian esports as they became a formidable force. It all started in February when Indonesia headed to Doha for the E-Asia Cup, competing on eFootball against the best of Asia. The trio of Bingong boys, Shanks Elgar and Akbar Paudi set their sights on success, and that's exactly what they achieved. They flew through the tournament. In the final, they faced off against Japan in a hugely anticipated clash. In a best of three, they took down Japan with a win on penalties in Game 1 and an extra time win in Game 2. With the highest win streak and most goals per game, Indonesia really showed that they were the standout squad at the event. After securing glory of the E-Asia Cup on eFootball, next it was Football Manager on the big stage. Iksan Ramat Tafiq and Mana Hijiat travelled to Liverpool and England to further showcase Indonesia's talent. Their team was Sporting Lisbon. With 3 league titles in 3 years and multiple other titles along the way, they topped their group to reach the Final Four. Their 43-1 gegenpress tactic was extremely impressive, and they actually kept it a secret from the opposition, which made them highly unpredictable and very hard to beat. Their semi-final opponent was England on home soil, and they defeated them in style. This set up a final clash with Germany, who advanced through the group with the most total points and were clearly a very strong partnership in the virtual dugout. And to some surprise, it was a breeze. They won the final 8-2 on aggregate, with German striker Füllkrug scoring 3 of the goals against his own nation. It was so easy for Indonesia, they were falling asleep at their PC. 2 events down and 2 trophies for Indonesia, with the FIFAe World Cup featuring eFootball to come. First up was the eFootball Mobile Tournament, where Garuda Frank represented Indonesia. His dazzling haircut and incredible eFootball mobile skills made him a feared opponent, especially after he topped the group in style, beating England, Spain, Costa Rica and Japan. Unfortunately, it wasn't to be, and in the first knockout round, he lost to Thailand. But he did win the unofficial prize of best haircut, so I'm sure he's happy with that. The eFootball console tournament was fast approaching, and the same trio from February had returned to show the world who was best. There was a big expectation on the trio this time around to deliver the same success as before, and with the Indonesian eFootball community behind them, the stars had a chance of aligning. They comfortably sailed through the group, just losing 1 game to semi-finalists Spain, which left them full of confidence for the knockout stage. But this is where the pressure ramps up. Hundreds of thousands of people watching back home in Indonesia, and it's win or go home. But if there's any team who can deal with this pressure, it's the Indonesian duo of Bingong boys and Shanks Elgar. Bingong boys is widely recognized as one of the best eFootball console players on the planet and had a 92.5% win rate at the FIFAe World Cup. But he's kept composed by his partner in crime. Shanks Elgar was the calmest in the arena throughout the tournament. Throughout the knockouts, his heart rate was at 40 beats per minute, an incredible showing of calmness. They were hoping that together this combination would prove deadly as they faced Morocco in the quarterfinals. Taking a 1-0 win in the first leg, they just needed 1 more win to advance. But Morocco hit back with a 2-1 win in the second match, meaning the third game was all or nothing for Indonesia. Their class shone through as they took a 2-0 win in Game 3 to advance to the semi-finals, where they faced Turkey, who had topped Group B. This matchup showed why Indonesia should be so feared. After a win on penalties, they produced the performance of the tournament, a 5-1 win to send them to the final. Truly incredible. It was then just Brazil who stood in their way for world glory. Brazil are the most successful nation in FIFAe history, so this would be no easy feat. They turned Game 1 around from a 1-0 deficit to win 2-1, and they picked up where they left off in Game 2, going 2-0 up early on and seeing the game out with a 2-1 win. Indonesia were world champions, and the nation was so proud of their squad. 2024 was a truly historic year for Indonesia, who are the leading force in eFootball glory, and they'll be hoping to go from strength to strength in the years to come.